Number 16. Moo Meadows. Moo Meadows is a totally okay track with some interesting scenery and alright music, but that's about it. I've never liked how dirty the track looks, if that makes sense. It's pretty simple, kinda boring, and it unfortunately takes up last place on the list. Number 15. Luigi Circuit. Speaking of simple, Luigi Circuit is the definition of simple, but it's supposed to be that since it's the first track in the game. It's actually a pretty decent track for being the first track, and you can certainly have great races on Luigi Circuit, but compared to the other tracks in this game, it's really nothing special. Number 14. Mario Circuit. There's not much to say about this one. It's a decent Mario Circuit, but nothing to write home about. It's got a pretty cool glitch, and the chain jump is pretty cool, I guess. But again, it's too plain to be any higher on the list. Number 13. MOONVIEW Highway. I have never been a fan of Mario Kart tracks that feature other vehicles driving around, but MOONVIEW Highway is a rather good example of such a track. The vehicles are kind of easy to avoid, but the setting is quite cool, and I like the billboards and all that stuff inside of the city. Number 12. Dry Ruins. As I said in my ranking all Super Mario Galaxies video, by the way, check that one out, I'm not a huge fan of desert theming, but Dry Ruins is still a very solid track. I especially like the indoors part, with all the trick ramps and pokies and stuff. It's a pretty good track, but unfortunately the ugly desert theming stops it from reaching any higher on the list. Number 11. Daisy Circuit. Daisy Circuit can be a bit boring to race on, especially if you compare it to some of the other tracks in this game. But other than that, it is a great track. It looks beautiful, has really good music, and it's just a very solid track overall. Number 10. WARIO'S GOLDMINE. Well, seems like WARIO'S gone off and bought himself a gold mine, and it's surprisingly fun to race on. The track has got kind of a roller coaster feel to it, since it goes up and down a lot, which makes the races very exhilarating. The minecarts are also great, but sometimes infuriating obstacle. The music is good, the shortcut is great, and the track is just rad overall. Number 9. GRUMBLE Volcano. The gimmick of this level is pretty neat. The fact that the level crumbles beneath you makes for some really unique and challenging races. The track doesn't look very appealing, and the music isn't all that, but it's still very fun to race on. It also has a lot of really fun and wacky shortcuts, some more broken than others. Number 8. Toad's Factory. Avoiding boxes, driving over boost conveyor belts, almost getting crushed by hydraulic presses, and somehow missing the boost panel and getting stuck in the mud. These are some of the things you'll be doing in Toad's Factory. The music is slamming, the toads are running, and I'm having fun. Good night. Number 7. Mushroom Gorge. Miyamoto must have been on shrooms when he came up with the idea of this level. This just shouldn't work, but it somehow does. I guess it must be magic. Mushroom Gorge is very enjoyable, very different, and very bangarang. Number 6. DK Summit. There are a couple of snowy mountain tracks in Mario Kart, and out of all these tracks, the best is definitely Mount Wario, but DK Summit is also very good. It's an incredibly fun track to race on, since there are so many bumps and ramps to trick off. Visually there's not much to rave about, but the track is just very entertaining and the music kicks ass. Number 5. Bowser's Castle. Most certainly one of the best Bowser castles in the series, with the giant Bowser and multiple sharp turns. But there's not much to say about this one. Just a really great Bowser castle, with lots of lava and lots of fun. Number 4. Rainbow Road. Pure bliss is how I would describe this level if I had never played it before. The music is perfection, the scenery exquisite, but if you're not that great at the game, Rainbow Road is absolute misery. Luckily, I'm the greatest of all time at this game, so I can appreciate how supreme this track is. Number 3. Coconut Mall. An absolute classic. Coconut Mall needs no introduction. It's got the whole package. Great music, interesting scenery, and exhilarating racing. There's nothing to complain about here, but there are still 2 tracks that I prefer over this one. Number 2, KOOPA Cape. An amazing track overall. The obvious crown jewel of the track is the underwater tube section. Driving through the tube, avoiding lasers and looking at the cheeps and giant eels outside is just pure joy. Unless you get hit by the lasers. KOOPA Cape has a special place in my heart, and it will always be amazing. Number 1, Maple Treeway. Maple Treeway has always been my favorite Mario Kart Wii track ever since I was a little kid. It's just so good. First of all, the track is beautiful. They really pulled off the autumn theming. Secondly, the music is amazing and fits the track perfectly. And most importantly, the track is extremely fun to drive on. It's got lots of sharp turns, epic jumps, and most importantly, giant wigglers that somehow always gets in your way. I adore Maple Treeway, and it is definitely my favorite Mario Kart Wii track. Thank you so much for watching this video. Be sure to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell. This is Sven Jukrik02. I'm out.